you would man one of your characters, and then you would play, you know, the King of Fighters setup, where if you would lose, then your partner would play next.
That actually would be pretty cool to, like, do. I mean,
Right. So they were focusing entirely on combat and less on content. And I think a lot of the fans were wanting, you know, more than just, you know, combat. They wanted stuff to unlock, you know, reason to play, a story to have, you know, things of that sort.
I guess.
Right. So I think like the, you know, the total of all these problems is what gave KOF 12, you know, the bad influence that it has.
Man, that game is just bad. I mean, like, even in, like, you can't exactly say a storyline is that bad. I mean, a lot of the game is actually competitive. And, I mean, like, you look at Street Fighter 4, their story doesn't even, like, interact the same anymore. So, I mean,
Right.
I'm pretty certain it wouldn't be, but that's a completely different community. Or
Yeah.
not completely different, but to an extent.
Right.
So
Well, I mean, it more or less is, because, I mean, there is a very small number of KOF players compared to Street Fighters. And if you look at the KOF players, it's like, I'm gonna make this may not very well be accurate, but my comparison is this. America doesn't play KOF, everywhere else does. And I'm talking like everywhere else, like, Argentina, Pakistan, China, Mexico, you know.
Antarctica?
Antarctica?
They playing that game, man. Frozen. What the fuck are you turning?
In fact, I remember on GGPO back when it had like a little map. I'm not sure if it still has that.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is funny. Someone pointed out back on Alphaism Radio when I was on there. We were on GGPO in the King of Fighters 98 room, and we pulled up a map, and somebody was playing King of Fighters 98 in the Pacific Ocean. So like, I'm sitting there looking at that. I'm like, yeah, all the yellow dots was like everywhere but the United States.
Wait. So somebody in the Pacific Ocean was playing KOF. You know what that means?
What's that mean?
They on a boat! They on a boat! Alright.
Yeah. But I'm like, yeah, like all the yellow dots lit up like every other country except the United States for King of Fighters. And oh, that's another thing. KOF, it would have helped if KOF 12, you know, did some kind of marketing. I don't have a TV, so I don't know if they did a commercial, but I haven't seen any kind of advertising or commercials for it, like, at all. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sadly, I don't watch enough TV to know this, but if I remember right, they didn't have a commercial.
Okay, so that would have helped spread the word a little bit. I mean, I don't know how much money SNK is working with, and you know how much they can use and can't use. But if they had some kind of way of doing that, I think that would have helped a little bit. Because I mean, I remember way back when people were only complaining, "Oh, KOF, you know, the game looks ugly, so I don't play it." And then finally, you know, here we are, 2009. The game is like, you know, in HD, and it's like every other excuse comes up to not play this game. But like, personally, here's my biased comments. Like, personally, I think KOF, like, concerning combat, is an excellent fighting game. Like, there is nothing that, let me put it like this. For a newcomer, there is nothing too overwhelming in this game here, except for like a couple half circle motions.
The lack of Shoryuken.
The lack of you've got plenty. You'll be okay. You got Ryo Roberts. I mean, it doesn't matter either. You got C.A. Kentsu, who does it with a kick. You have Athena. It doesn't end with, you know, Ryo Roberts. So there's enough in there.
But I don't have 5. But keep going.
But yeah, like every character. Well, no, I won't say every character. A large sum of the characters, the good majority of them, can combo from like a crouching B into something, which is a low. So like you can hyper hop, and since you know when you hyper hop, you're in the air. You're considered to be in the air, so you can do like a attack that where your opponent would have to stand block. You can do an ambiguous mix-up game where you could just empty hyper hop into a low. This allows a lot of characters to get a low combo off. And so, like, with everyone except, like, 2 or 3 characters now can do this. So, that's one universally shared mechanic with just about everyone throughout all the characters. And then, and I'm looking at characters like Clark and, you know, things like that, who can now crouching B into crouching, A into mash A, or even crouching B into crouching A into command grab. which is great. Even Clark, who's deemed to be one of the worst characters in the game, can actually do something.
Hey, speaking of commercials, look, a Tekken 6 commercial. Something KOF 12 probably didn't do. Keep
So, yeah, like King of Fighters, I think like the gameplay is great. There's still a lot of it's simple. They simplified the mechanics a lot, but as simple as they've made it, there's still tons of depth behind it. Even behind the that counter, the critical counter, that knockback thing, and the unblockable, the CD, the back CD, and even the critical counter. One moment. Alright. Sorry about that. But yeah, like,
ears.
I'm sorry, what happened? Oh, static?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Like, the combat, I personally feel is, like, excellent. Like, you have all these characters that can do amazing things, but it's, like, not so game-breaking that, like, in Tekken you would lose. I mean, it's not saying that Tekken's, mechanics are game-breaking, but it's not like Tekken where, you do one combo. Well, you do one meterless combo, and then it'll take off 75% of your life. Although that'll happen if you get a critical counter or if, you have a super meter. But, I mean, that's a lot of characters have ways to land supers instead of just having to hope. So there's like a lot of, I want to say balance. I don't know if that's the right term for it. But there's like a lot of balance in KOF 12. That could be stretching it. I should be looking for another term. If someone can help me with a word here. There was a lot of thought put behind KOF 12. I'll say it. I'll just say that.
They put some effort into the mechanics.
Yeah, there we go. They put effort into the mechanics. And, again, I feel that they did a really good job, but it flunked.
Alright, sorry about that, everybody. How to get some chords. Your range like an act.
I am, in fact, the undefeated champion at the Tension Pulse 2009 King of Fighters 12 tournament.
The undisputed heavyweight champ of the world, weighing in at 400. Oh my god, oh my god. Sorry. I got distracted. I'm mad.
Wait, what are you mad about now?
Nothing.
It's something important.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The undisputed heavyweight champ of the world.
AJ. Alternate. Oh, speaking of which, okay. So, AJ.
Yes.
I ain't talking about something that's been bothering me. I remember one day, it was a long while ago, you probably might not remember.